Hi, welcome to another edition of GamingNight. Tonight I have my fiance here with me. We're going to be talking about our favorite games and talking a little bit about them briefly. So I'm going to let my fiance start with her list, and then we'll talk a little about the games. So
one of my top favorite ones is Formula D. I like it because it's a fun racing game that's fun for everybody, and we've played it several times, and it's always fun to have somebody say, "I'm on fire."
yeah, it's the running gag with it. I'm on fire! And then, boom, big explosions, yeah. Oh, I wish someone just goes out of the race, especially today. Crash and burn.
We had 4 people on the first lap out of 10. Next I like Munchkin, the card game. With Munchkin, we play with about 4 or 5 decks usually, which is one really big pile. But we have a blast with all of our friends playing it. It's good to start out with, of course, the beginner deck, but you'll soonly add every other deck with it. Next, I like Munchkin Quest, which is a little different spin on the Munchkin card game. Munchkin Quest has a board game board to it, which is kind of different. Brings a whole new feel to the game.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. We basically got we always seem to have that come out in our gaming group every once in a while. It's one of our top games that definitely sees a lot of playtime.
Tesoro is another one. Tesoro is
or Zero, I don't know what it's way of the path.
Pretty interesting game. Can't really put it in any particular category. You have to keep yourself on the board while you try to knock your opponent off the board. So it's very much a thinking person's game, but it's still fun just the same. Next is Robo Rally. I love that game, even though I usually end up going around in circles many times or running into walls.
I find myself on the conveyor belts or fried by the lasers. Never fails. But I still like to enjoy that game quite a bit myself.
We have Cutthroat Cavern.
Yeah, I really do.
Definitely a good game. I like playing that. We've played it several times with our friends.
Yeah, it's very competitive but cooperative at the same time. It's hard to put into terms like how much fun it is to try to give your opponent a rough time with that one.
It's quite unique because no card is going to be the same. You have different features with different cards that you pull up, so it's really just a unique type of game.
Yeah, especially the monsters. Some of the monsters really mess you up big time in there. It changes the way you have to think. Just the monsters you pull out of it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Killer Bunnies, the card game. We like playing that. We actually had a friend of ours who told us, try it, I think you'll like it, and he was right, and we got hooked on it. It's fun to try to beat up on each other and knock each other into space and different things like that.
But it always backfires on either one of us. We always tell those play immediately. We get our bunnies just poof like that.
Especially when you get the Ebola virus. That's
gotta love that. No.
Good card. Run for Your Life, Candyman. Unique game, but it's a blast for all ages, all types of personalities. Our good friend was playing, and he's not the person that we would have expected to enjoy it, but he loved it. And
yeah, it's like Candyland with a lot of violence.
Yeah, I love trying to bring him into battle and kill his legs and his arms and things like that. We've had some interesting ones where just the head got over the finish line, but hey, it was enough to win. Acquire is another one I like. Acquire, you have to like a thinking game. The idea of Acquire is to just acquire hotel properties So you kind of have to be Donald Trumpish. You have to want to build your businesses, and I like doing things like that. You want to be able to acquire enough property that you can merge companies, and when you buy stock, you hope to, at the very end, have the most stock and the most money. So it's interesting when you have a hotel that's like 50 or 60 tiles big, and it costs more every time you add a new chain into the existing chain. Shadows over Camelot I like due to the fact that it's Knights of the Round Table. You have a lot of different events going on, so it's not like you're doing just one type of game. Like, you'll have one set that you have to have the most holy grails, and then in another set you have to have one set of cards higher than the other, so there's always different types of events going on, not just one run-of-the-mill type of game.
Yeah, it's a really good game. It's like, it's seen a lot of play in our gaming area, because you can add a trader element where one of you possibly is a trader to sabotage to help the board game win. And if the board wasn't hard enough to beat in to begin with, you add the trader element, and you're looking at your odds of winning the game pretty slim to none.
Betrayal is another one. With Betrayal, I like that because you don't have to be the best drawer. You just have to hope to get all the information that has been read to you, and you have to hope that you've got a person that can describe really well to you. If they don't tell you something, then you're going to lose points if you don't have that in your drawing, unless you just guess and throw it in the drawing for the heck of it.
But then there's that chance of the penalty when you draw something that's not in there, and it tells you if your drawing does not have that in it.
I mean,
so it's a gamble you take.
Flux, love that. Love all the. We've got 3 different ones. We've got Eco Flux, we've got regular Flux, and what was
Monty Python Flux, which is the newest edition, which you're not too familiar with the Monty Python, so when that one's out, I've seen it pretty much.
But I still love it. Yeah. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I may not know, like, some of the questions are speak this in Monty Python phrases, and I don't know all the Monty Python phrases, but it's still a fun game.
Yeah, it's still, but especially you try to especially when you get that one card, sing one, you definitely don't like playing it because you know I'm gonna end up knowing all those, and then I'll end up getting the extra stuff.
He has an unfair advantage.
Yeah, I do.
Saboteur is another one where you're glad that it's starting to come back into print. It went out of print right after our friend asked us for it because she played our copy, and she loved it for her family, and then it went out of printing. Yeah. But it's just coming back in, and wonder if somebody's trying to lead you astray. And there's some nice cards in there that kind of let you get some heads up, and you can look in there to see if there's a gold in a certain path so that you can reroute it if there is or isn't. Yeah,
depending on what you are. If you're a saboteur, you definitely don't want them getting that.
Another little fun game that I like, one of my last ones, is called Setting Deck Gallery. And that's fun for all ages. That's another one our friend told us about and said that his family liked to play it, even at family gatherings. And you play these ducks. You have to pick a color, and when you pick that color, you gotta keep moving your ducks and hope you're not the one that ends up being shot. Cards that you can pull out, they'll put you behind or ahead, or can put you under cover so you don't get shot. Try to push yourself behind and somebody else in front of you, particularly him, to try to knock him off, so that you're the one that survives in the end.
This list was pretty huge, so now I'm going to go on my list and she can rebuttal what I have to say. So.